be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I missed. I know that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I like to be away my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow. I think I'll chew it. I wish I knew how much I miss. Not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss. Not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew. I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. Not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems.
You thought you had us figured out. You said, what are they now? Now they adding Benny and Raya and hell on it. And they in their hand, they would you think this was the ATM and now they $100. I forgot, but walking nation of more worldwide. They got embassies set up. You know they got embassies? No. They got an embassy in Puerto Rico, an embassy in Ghana, an embassy in South Africa, and an embassy in Ethiopia. Who's doing this? God bless America. Land I love. You never that? Stand beside her. Did she? The anthem and the Constitution that they took away from our children, the Iroquois nation, called Native Americans. Nice name. The Native Americans would refer to them as human beings. Beasts of the field. They wasn't called Native Americans until they had to prove that they were here before the 5 nations invaded. One of the 5 nations invaded. On your what? French, Polish, Irish, Scottish, and British. Ancient Egyptian symbol of the second sun. Their symbol called a pentagram, based around the pentagon, where each one of the 5 nations that they set up has a point in the pentagon. It's been removed, but the center still sits there. That's representation of their 5 nations of the Iroquois gave their constitution pain. Thomas Paine altered it, Thomas Jefferson changed it, but made it a vow that they would live up to it on your behalf when the truth is made plain. So they say, in their own constitution, 5/5. You ever think about that? Allow misinformed leaders, misinform us into saying the white man says 5/5 of human beings. Not what it said we did. That's why they didn't go. It speaks of 5/5 of the people who are blacks, or Moors, Native Americans called Indians, Indians called Eskimos, and East Indians and Native called Asiatics. That was the Aborigines. It's not you. You may want to be an Asiatic. It's not you. Now, how do you do that? If they say we're 5/5, then you gotta understand that their 100% is broken up into fifths. That they broke the pie up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, as opposed to the standard pie that's broken up into 4 parts. The guys who did this, get back over there, are called the rich parts. I need you to visualize something for me right now, so you get the depth of the wick part. I need you to use this divine or superior mind of yours. I want you to see the Sphinx standing there in its glory, representing the constellation of Leo, which if you look up in this constellation of stars, you see a direct symbol of a Sphinx. It looks like so. That's the constellation of Leo in the sky, the stars. The star points, of course. Right? Do you have the Sphinx in your mind? Reach in your pocket if you have a $1 bill. May I? And look at old George. Oh, yeah. I did that because that represented the wig part. And it represented what the ancient Egyptians called a namus, the headpiece that you see on the pendant of ancient Egypt. Right, yeah. That's why the judges come in, and that's how they can execute law over you. They must take on the image of the big house, called the White House, which is the translation of the word Pharaoh, or Pharaoh, or Pharaoh, a Pharaoh. You heard it first. Yeah. got up in there moving. Remember who they got from. That party, that's in the left, y'all. That party changed their name from the Whig Party to the Republican Party. Are you with me? How about you? Okay. We have a problem right now. A civil war. That's what was going on. Right. A Confederate war is going on. The North, the blue coats, are fighting the gray coats again. We're caught in the middle of it. The sad thing about it is, you can talk to dark-skinned people, blacks, whatever they call themselves today, people of color. And they, if you ask them, do you know there's a historical fact that certain slaves and ex-slaves and Native Americans fought on the side of the Confederate against the North? They would be amazed. You know that's a fact, right? And if I ask the average policeman, or police officer, policewoman, would they fight on the side of the Confederate against their own people and their own people's freedom, they will say, no, I would never fight on the side of the gray coats on the Confederate flag or Dixie. If you are employed in the federal government, you are already in the Confederate Army. If you look at the police department or the law enforcement agency of New York, you'll find they wear blue coats. If you look at the highway, where the patrolmen and the policemen down here, they wear brown pants and gray shirts. Hello? And New York is fighting against the South to take down the Confederate flags, and they refuse. The flag of Georgia is still a Confederate flag. Confederation. Federal government. If you work for their system in the form of FBI, CIA, policemen, SWAT team, ATF, or any of these other organizations, you have already enlisted with the Confederates. You became a Confederate. You see what the Confederate was used? Or you became a Confederate. Working against yourself and your own freedom of living. This is why there's so much conflict going on in the world today, and especially in the US of A, with Caucasian groups being called militia groups. And we see now that every week we can talk about a new one because it's part of our prophecy from the ancient one. So we have to step out of the way and let them do it. Now we're looking at the news again, and a group of Caucasian Americans has stood up and said, when Texas broke away from Mexico, they never got registered as a separate state. It is a sovereign, independent state or country by itself, a Texas Republic. You with me? The Washita right now are being petitioned by the state of Texas for the right to exist. They're asking her, our empress, for the right to exist. And Amorites or Kawahu or Canaanites or whatever you want to call them, whatever religious group, sect or Caucasians or whatever makes you feel good, and whatever as you are now fighting for. Is that a coincidence? Things are happening out there. The Oklahoma bombers, they're doing their best to make it a media event. But we, the Wapians, are not involved and don't really care. God Okay. We don't care. Why? Simply because it took us years to realize that's real. I mean, real. Years to realize that you don't care about us. That you have not just double standards, but triple and quad standards when it comes to us. That if I get sentenced and I have to solicit a jury, you call it a jury of my peers, and you altered that to mean anybody in America when it came to OJ. They didn't have to be on the same economic level or same ethnic, as you call it, background. It could have been a bunch of ex-football playing, wannabe movie star, Negroes sit there as his jurors in order for them to literally be jurors of his peers. So if you try a Muslim in this country, the audience has to be American Muslims. If you try a Jew in this country, the jury has to be Jews. Now, that's what it's called. When it comes down to evidence, and I think the word evidence is evidence. That's what it means. That there's a gun involved in a murder, and it becomes evidence. There is evidence and needs to be used in order to execute what America, our beloved country, claims, which is that I am innocent until proven guilty. And the only way I can be proven guilty or not guilty is by the evidence. Yet, now you have a system that says judges can decide what is and what isn't permissible as evidence. There is no way I can get a fair trial when an individual that wasn't at the crime because he has a college degree and he has the word judge can say we don't want to use the evidence that can prove his innocence. See, OJ was up against proving that he was innocent in his second trial, when he had already been proven not guilty in his first trial, which meant the second trial should have also been a trial to prove that he is not guilty, because you are innocent until, or up until the point of unquestionable guilt. Right. And to this very day, unquestionable guilt as far as OJ, so he could not legally be found liable for that which he has not been found guilty of. But if that was Vanderbilt or Donald Trump or whichever one of the trials, from Kennedy, I was thinking more like a Playboy, you have nothing. When you monitor their cases, what's the other one? You and the Shaw. If you monitor their cases, they literally go out to prove that they are innocent but not guilty by the admission of all evidence. You understand? So anytime an individual can come into court in any position under God that they say they trust and tell you what is admissible in evidence, brother and sister, you do not have a chance at a fair trial. So the best thing I can do for you as your teacher is try to get you to comply with the laws. You're trying not to fall into their hands, but you're not going to get it. You understand? At one point, the implication is back to the 3/5, that you are 3/5 of a human being. You with me? Yeah. If you say to me that this Native American or this Moor is, or this Asiatic or African is 3/5 of a human being, I have to ask you first, on what basis do you pick human being? Who is the 100% human being from which these people have come from to reduce the amount of a human being that they are? In order for them to have been 3/5 of a human being, you have to show me the human being as the original, and then show me how they genetically became genetically inferior by coming out of that human being to become 3/5 of the whole 5/5. 5/5 is the whole in your new system of marriage that you create with the Constitution. So it is impossible for a Moor, an African, a Negro, an Aborigine, or anybody else of color to be 3/5 of a human being, especially as the implication of the men writing the Constitution, because none of them came from the beginning of the world. None of them came from Lucy or Ethiopia. It has been proven that all your archaeologists have proven beyond a shadow of doubt that the first people on the planet Earth was a female in what you're calling Africa today. And then even some Europeans got down, made a fake one by putting a human head and a jawbone of a baboon together, and was made a mockery. And now you scream to try to say that Neanderthal is still existing alongside of Cro-Magnon. And Cro-Magnon has evoluted into the Homo sapien, but Neanderthal, which comes out of Europe, still exists. We do not have a problem with accepting that human beings are going to be genetically above a chimpanzee. We don't have any problem with that. Yes, ma'am. What we have a problem with is you proving that we are human beings, right? Because you said we are of a human being. And you misinterpreted your own writings, but that's not what it meant. It meant 3/5 of the population, but you altered it to suit your purposes. And in doing that, then I cannot be a part of the evolutionary chart of your chimpanzee. That must be you. And you must be trying to. So stating that, by saying that, Neanderthal, who was a man, to exist alongside of Cro-Magnon, who evoluted into a more sophisticated being. So you're admitting that they both existed side by side. So now if you are the chimpanzee, you are the chimpanzee, then I must be the Homo sapien. So I'm not a Native American. I'm a Native Cosmosian. I'm a Native star person. Because of all of your history, and I'll jump as far down history as I can to get close to you, because your memory seems to be short when it comes to me. I'll jump down to the Lord Jesus. Whom you said, I am from above. You are from above. Now you said that the people that surrounded Jesus, that is according to your picture, whether it be Michelangelo or whatever, of the Last Supper, you never brought us there. We were not there. Really? So Jesus was talking to somebody. He's still with me. And when we were talking to, he said to them, I am from above. You are from below. Now, if the picture on your grandmother's wall is correct, so I'll take it to be correct because you use it so well. And Jesus is sitting in the midst of a bunch of you, and he said to you, I am from above, you are from below. And the description of Jesus is correct. And I will take the scripture, according to the book of Revelation, as rest because you use it so well. You say you had hair like bamboo and feet like fine grass. This is the verse. No, Jesus was talking to some people and said to those people, I am from above. You are from below. And I'm going to take your word on that. Because you use it so well. So I begin to get a bigger picture of the me. Having a bigger picture of you. I begin to understand. And don't let the word bother you as long as you got an overview and a point of view, and you can accept that into your dictionary, and you better start thinking about that with understanding. I got an understanding now of why I don't get treated like a human being. I can understand why you made me request human rights. I have an understanding of the midsight of my beloved brother, Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz, called Malcolm X. He made other mistakes too, like leaving messenger. I understand why he could petition for human rights, right? But he didn't know he was God. He didn't know he was in the image and after life of Jesus. He didn't know enough to say to you, I am from above. You are from beneath. And I'm going to use that because you use it. Of the presence of the divine in the Milwaukee nation is having a phenomenal effect on the weather and the world. It's having once you in this room start to grasp what I was trying to tell you from the beginning, things started happening. When you tried to do what I wanted you to do your way, you was having stumbling blocks. You was not going to listen to this man. And I'm a radio. You turned on the knob and you clocked into the channel 9. To the night power. And all I do after receiving radio, send out this message to you. And it does to you what it does to me. When you turn on the radio, and you turn on a record that you like, a record that you can relate to, and not only is the music good, but the message is good. If you're in love, and your heart has been broken, and you turn on Boys to Men, and when there's love songs, you tune the lights down, you sit there, and you just mix all into that music, the super mix. Or when you're in a good mood, and you turn on some reggae, or some calypso, or some salsa, and it gets inside you, and you start wanting to move your foot. That's because there's some truth, and there's some tunes, and there's some rhythm happening simultaneously with you. And being a child of the cosmos, you start clocking in with the pulsation and the vibes of all living things. You no longer look at the sun as something that shines in the morning. You look at the sun as a source of all life. And without the shining morning, you wouldn't have no religion. So you gotta find the station. When you turn on this big radio here, and you click to a station, brother there, beep. I'm about to let the white teacher. I'm about to let. I don't do this God here. That's the 5%. No, we ain't 5%. We the nations on earth. Nations on earth. How long have you been around? Since 1960, what have you done? 1960, what are you doing? 1960, what will you be doing? 1960. It's like turning on a country western station on Friday night. You know, I don't even know these new things, but I know that I want to be here. If you turn on the Israelite church, we all use the Israelites. But we push your head, we mash your face. We keep you there. Yeah, white King James was black as he was. But we need that. But you can't read the Bible in Hebrew. You got to let him black. And don't talk about my Yahweh. And my man for us is out here. He said, well, I don't feel like listening to that crap. And you call him different, well, Lord Jesus Christ. This is a personal savior. You must put your trust in him. Surrender yourself. And he will save you. He has saved me. That's why I got that cat out about that. Can't say this about man. I can't say no Friday night. Money are a whole bunch of stations with a whole bunch of preachers and rappers and teachers and no all. No, nothing about it all. But then, some of you walking by in the street or listening to heard right now. And the music is playing. Yeah, okay. So you want to turn up the volume? Like another book. And you got on station. And the frequency is channeling down through me into you. And now you're going out. It's one frequency. One power source. But now I'm listening to you and you're out there. And people are listening to you on the radio. It's like a producer. I'm a producer group. So I get to do my style. And they get hits. That's what's happening now. There's something moving. There's something where we're moving the Morris Science Temple. And we're moving the nation of Islam. And the nation of gods and earths. And the Israelite church. And the Hebrew Israelites of Yahweh Ben Yahweh. The Freemasons. The Shrine. The Eastern Star. Alhambra. Knights of Columbus. The Alps. Everybody. Egyptology, African culture, Symphonia, Yoruba, everybody. Everybody can feel the presence of the ancient ones. Everybody has to deal with you when you walk in the room. I don't care who the teacher is. When one of you walk in the room with that feather on and he identified, uh-oh, here come one of those people. One of those cute people. One of those question people. They always got those questions I don't want to be asked. Right, too big. Oh, I asked every the question for 25 years. I asked it everything I could think of. And some of the things I didn't look like they did, you think? The answer. But here you come. Now it's our turn. And when you walk in confident. That's ATM. You walk in short. Right? Anywhere you want to go, you want to be there. Anything they want to know about, you got something for it. You got to deal. Because the showdown of truth is here. No more playing with you. We are going to come politely. We're going to tote our tools with us. We'll open our Quran and our Torah and our Injil and Revelation and our Psalms and our Egyptian books of the dead are coming forth of the dead. We'll lay it right out there. and will say, this is my instruments. And you start singing, now just follow right along. I'll be back up. And when that teacher or that preacher or that reverend or that mom or that coach, whatever you call it, gets up there and start running mouth, all you do is patiently and politely wait for the opportune time to ask the next question. You really know what the hell. Are you ready for the people that know what the hell they're talking about? I'm asking all of you to ask them to answer the first question if they belong to one of the three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. Tell us when and where was Adam? Question 1. When and where was Adam born? We want exact dates and geographical locations to the point. And I say that that's important as a first question because you base all life and all living people on Adam or an Eve or Hawa and the tables or God, can't name whatever name you want to use. All we want to know is, do you know where your first parents, as you call them, because you know we don't believe that crap, where your first parents, where exactly were they born? And what year, according to which calendar? You understand? That's all we want to know for the time being. And until you can come up with that answer, and you are not going to come up with an answer, we'll leave it. Now, if you happen to be a 5%, and I assume by that you mean that 5% of things you say out of 100 is correct. Then I want to know, what do you say about Adam? If you are the nation of Islam from which the Bible says came out or spun off the second, and you say, no, brother, Adam is the first white man in the Bible. Again, I ask, okay. So, Adam was the first Yahu's grafted devil. Adam of Genesis was the first Yahu's grafted devil to 600 years ago and separate the team. Huh? Then there was a brown Adam, a red Adam, a yellow Adam, and then a white Adam. We want to go back past the white Adam. We want to go back to the brown Adam. And then we want to go back from the brown Adam back to the original seed, which is the black seed. Oh, that's good. And we want to separate genetically what you have combined in your misrepresentation of genetic science as a black and brown germ. You're either a black germ or a brown germ, but you cannot be a black and brown germ and be original. Right. So now, either your doctrine started at the brown germ and they didn't teach you nothing about the black germ or the green germ. And in case you didn't know, Ethiopians are green. And so the knees are brown. Go next to the little post, we have what the scripture called shadow or hair. I am brown, reddish brown. If an Ethiopian brother was standing next to me, you would notice he has a different kind of hue, a greenish hue, of our ancient Jews. We want to know, do you know what the hell are you talking about? And how long are you going to parade around in Acton Park while the facts and the truth is spreading across this world like pollen? McDonald is dropping like pollen in the season. The seeds being planted everywhere. You can't go nowhere where you don't see one of us. And we have only just begun. The about music. I'm telling you, dog will be some. To go out and go to everything. There's a black conference or black lecture, regardless of who the teacher is, the lecture, whether he's Imam, the Islamic thing here, or Jewish thing here, you ask them, are we invited? Publicly, I want to know, are we invited? They never let your father in. Right. They never let me in any of their music lectures. They never let me go in any of their debates. I didn't sit on none of them. They didn't know all of them was going to be in Amsterdam or Emerge. When the black newspaper, they wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. I never. Right. They were afraid of me. I was an unseen God, non-existent. A voice, though, in the black community that they knew was there by our presence, but they intimidated people to change, acting for a change out their pocket. They knew we were there, but they pretended they didn't see us for 25 years. Hey. Now we're going out, and we just want to be officially invited. We want to know that there will be a question and answer session, not your leader and teacher getting up and ramming around for 4 hours and then walking off the stage with some applause from his own father. We want to know that at the end of all that, there's a question and answer session so I can ask some questions and not have to feel that I'm going to be abused or intimidated or beat up because I asked your leader questions he can't answer. I want to feel as welcome here as you are when you walk into any of the ATM stores out all over this world now. You're welcome to come in and insult us, ask us anything you want to call me all kind of names, be all up in my business. But I can't ask you no questions. No, we want to make it public. It ain't big. I mean, you have to draw your own flyers and put them and let them know we are coming. Allah Jah, the Quran says, Allah is coming. He's there, Jah, Allah, you are the black. When we come as Allah, that's going to be a victorious opening. That we have come. And we want to know, do you know what you're talking about? Things like that. Or the rest of you figure it out. You got to go. It's our day and time. Now, to get back to the point, that the ancient ones played a big role in our life. Austerity down this path. Never even knowing that there was such thing back in the 70s and 80s of the Washington. And my involvement with the Washington. No longer I am a Washington. One of my great grandfather said, yo, so you messed up, you can't take that in it. You can't go and say, well, you ain't going to burn it off. I got records and documents and proof registered here in this country with your government. You can't take this one. Oops. Listen here, leads us back to the Olmecs. Takes us back to the Dogons of Mali. It takes us back into the stars on the temple of the door of vacation. The constellation of the zodiac, which the Greeks call it. I'm not into no zodiacs. I know zodiacs is a derivative of the Greek word zodiac, so come on, stop that stuff. Get the back space and we know zodiacs. Understand? We understand how George set up his program. He initiated. Don't make a mistake. It's very true. George Washington was initiated and signed law by Benjamin Franklin. When did the Freemasons get to America? You know who Alhambra is? Have you investigated Alhambra? Alhambra was in Spain, not Freemasons. Alhambra are branch of the Knights of Columbus that are calling themselves Muslims, and they based it around the temple in Spain that the Moors left when they got pushed out by El Cid. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. You think you do. And now the truth is here. All things must perish. Get on the wagon with the truth. Come on and join in with the family of truth. Everything you say is backed up with facts. I had no time for no opposite. Right. We gotta get back in tune with the sun and the universe. Because nature is taking its course. on the disagreeable people on this country. I'm telling you right now, as I told you, they will be arrayed in this country. There's so much problems in this country. And if these devils wasn't trying to catch their houses, they'd be all out here now with this. They gotta keep their houses floating. Not floating, floating. The houses are not floating. So nature, which comes from Nektiru, the Anunnaki, the Elohim, the Nephilim, the Kachina, the Gimri, the Shoshoki, whatever you want to call our elders, wherever you misplace us or put us in all of our tongue, they are working. That's right. If you pull back on some of the frequencies that you have in the air, the ice will stop melting. It will stop floating. You're killing yourself. We got too many frequencies. If you hold a cellular phone in your hand long enough, it begins to heat up. So there's a million people talking on a million cellular phones back and forth. Our air is being heated up with synthetic frequencies. So you're trying to find out why all the snow that builds up out there in the western part of the country is melting you so fast. Turn off that phone. Close down some of them computers. You're sending all this frequency to the air that's synthetic weather. And it's melting the ice. And you went all up in the cold part of the globe because you didn't want us there. You right, we won't follow you up there. But we sure will sit down here and watch you float by. If you want to change, but you cannot, under no circumstances, get out of the way of the judgment that is upon you for the evil you have done to the children of the Elohim. You cannot get around it. Those of you that don't go crazy, others are going to go crazy. And others of them that don't go crazy, they sure enough won't go crazy. All you got to do is turn on your television. Right. And you see them going crazy. Amen. Killing themselves, strangling themselves, drowning their own babies, blowing up their own office buildings, planting bombs, making bombs. They're on the internet, teaching each other how to make bombs, mailing bombs to each other. Guess what? When time runs out, your time runs out. Your time has run out. You got to go. And I don't have nothing to do with that. And I'd be a fool if I get in your way. Right? You'd be a fool too if you don't realize there's a Confederate war going on right now, Civil War. And you ain't got nothing to do with it. All I'm telling you to do is to get up under that crown. Get back on that face. Step back on that square with your nationality. And each day the ancient ones give us a little more. They wash a talk. A child of the ancient ones. I was already here. Step back on it. Stay out their way.